Welcome to St. Francis Xavier Parish in El Paso, Texas, a beacon of hope along the U.S Mexico border. Here, Father Peter and his fellow Assumptionists have dedicated themselves to supporting migrants seeking refuge. Our mission in El Paso is led by dedicated individuals like Father Ronald, who has been serving the community for a long time.
On September 17th, 2020, we took over St. Francis Xavier Parish in El Paso, right at the border. There is, you leave federal property and you enter into the highway and us. That's as close as you can get. And what has happened is that as COVID has receded a bit, the parish is actually growing. And most of the people we see are the old members and the newer members that have come across and maybe lived there for a couple of years. So this is, for them, their home.
Since taking over the parish, Father Peter has been instrumental in shaping its mission, ensuring it serves as a sanctuary for those fleeing adversity and seeking a new beginning. The Assumptionists started their mission to assist migrants crossing the southern border in El Paso from places torn apart by hardship and conflict.
When we began with the Haitians, which most people know were caught under the bridge, but what they don't know is they're not Haitians. They came directly from Haiti. They were Haitians that were coming up from Latin America where they were living. And the second time we received, it was more scattered. To this day, and we are now still receiving people, but not families, individuals. We have not had a Mexican. There are no Mexicans coming across. They're from all over Europe and from Latin America, more Central America. So we do not have Mexicans. I'd like to clarify that people tend to not understand that the immigrants that are coming to us are coming from nations that are persecuting them, or who are under dictatorships, or who have such natural disasters there's no way they can recuperate from what's going on in their country. And so they're willing to take the risk to come.
Reflecting on the early days, the shelter recalls welcoming Haitian migrants, underscoring their challenging journeys through multiple countries to seek safety in the United States.
It would be important to understand that anyone that comes to us and to any of the shelters have already gone through the first part of being processed into the United States. I'm going to be more specific. Those people have gone through immigration and have been accepted into the United States temporarily. They've been given a court number, and then in the future they'll get a court date, and they have to keep all their paperwork that they have so that they will be called back. And when they are called back, that is when there is going to take place an adjudication. Do they qualify to remain in the United States, or will they be deported? That takes place in front of a judge.
Our work is not just about providing immediate assistance. It's about fostering understanding and compassion in the wider community.
They need to hear what they've gone through to get to that border. See, we like to make it black and white. You really go in a discussion. It's not the end of the discussion. We're talking about human beings and their plight and how are we going to handle that. That's probably the biggest problem. We somehow have turned that off and we don't want to look at it. So the more that they're exposed, and then they're exposed to people that aren't from this country, don't think like us, don't live like us, don't eat like us, it's going to be important. Because it's at the really base interaction one human being to another. We're not discussing your politics versus our politics, your government versus our government. We're talking about living.
By creating opportunities for interaction between local residents and migrants, we hope to break down barriers and promote empathy.
I find amazing how much gratitude there is in those people for the very little they get from us. So they're actually teaching us to become a little bit more sensitive to reality.
The situation in the U.S. Mexico border is complex and often misunderstood. Many people are unaware of the dire conditions faced by the vast number of refugees waiting in camps along the border, hoping for a chance to enter the country legally.
The other aspect of it that people are not aware of is how much crime, murder, rape, human trafficking goes on because of all the camps we have created by not allowing the people to come into the United States. Across the border, from the base of California, the border between California and Baja California, so from the Pacific all the way to the end of Texas, there is currently over 700,000 refugees in camps who are trying to get into the United States and who are living in poverty.
We are committed to expanding our efforts to support migrants and refugees. However, we can't do this work alone. We rely on the support of volunteers and donors to continue our mission.
One thing that we can do is to receive them in the whole, which is also one ways that one ways that we can minister them and help them and to have them get ready and so that they can meet their family here in the United States. And there's so many ways to minister them, but for us, what we want to do right now is to be available to whatever the needs and to be able to also give our talents, gives our gifts to not only to San Francisco Xavier, but to the people of God and the people of El Paso and the people who are most in need.
As Assumptionists, we are committed to our charism and to offering our unique gifts to the community.
And tell them who we are as Assumptionists and what's our charism and what we do and we can offer to El Paso.
Living at the rectory, we witness the daily struggles and hopes of those at the border. Our proximity allows us to be close to the people we aim to help.
And one thing that the bishop mentioned to us, that he has a church that really fit to what we wanted to have, and fair enough that he gave this beautiful, one of the poorest churches in El Paso called San Francisco Xavier. And San Francisco Xavier is actually located really next to the border, and that actually in our house, in the rectory that we're living, that's where we can see the border, and that we will see the people who are walking across the border, and also those who are leaving the United States. And that's something that we know that we are really close to the people who would like to serve.
Our work deeply affects both the migrants and the volunteers who help them. It changes how people think and feel, opening their hearts and minds. This vision conveys the same message in a more straightforward manner.
At the same time, I think something that we would like to do more is to work closely with our migrant brothers and sisters, the refugees, that maybe we can help them, and we are, you've been hearing this, so that they, United States had already starting to receiving our brothers and sisters who are seeking asylum.
Father Peter and Father Ronald's presence at the parish, overlooking the border, serves as a constant reminder of the human faces behind the immigration debates. Your support can make a difference. Join us in helping migrants at the U.S. Mexico border. Together, we can build bridges of hope. As day turns to dusk at St. Francis Xavier Parish, the impact of the Assumptionists' work resonates deeply. Their commitment to compassion and solidarity offers hope to those who have traveled far in search of safety and a better future.